Hey guys! This week we're going to be talking about a show that is new to my channel, Pretty Little Liars, but before I get into that, I just wanted to say, Charmed fans, don't worry, there will be Charmed content coming before the end of September actually, because, okay, here's my plan. This week I wanted to do the Pretty Little Liars video. I have a video that I'm working on for another show that will be new to my channel that will be coming next week. And then after that, I already have a Charmed video. Like, the audio is ready to go. All my assets are in place. Literally, all I need to do is edit it together so that it can go up as scheduled. And I don't foresee that being a problem. I'm sorry that I'm being so vague. I know, like, oh, I'm going to be covering a new show or I'm going to be doing a new Charmed video is, I know that can be a little frustrating, but, turns out there are channels out there who do not mind ripping off the ideas of smaller channels in order to grow their own, so who knew? Now I do. I found out the hard way. But suffice it to say that I can't stop anyone from doing it, but I certainly don't have to make it easier for them by announcing my ideas before they go up, So, yeah, that's the plan. Pretty Little Liars this week. A new show for the channel next week, and then another Charmed video. I actually have 2 in the works. 3. What am I saying? 3. I have 3 in the works. No, 4. Oh my god. I love Charmed so much. I have so many ideas, even I can't keep track of them. But yeah, that's what we're doing. And then in October, it will be all spooky Halloween themed content. So stay tuned for that. I have special intros planned and everything. I cannot express to you how much I love Halloween. But let's put a pin in it for now and focus on the topic of this week's video, which is Pretty Little Liars. It's a show my sister actually got me into. She was a huge fan and she's like, hey, you need to watch this. And she's like, she used her little sister powers and, I became a fan too. But, watching the show, I saw people talk about like the big moments a lot and certain things that happen that they're like, oh my god, that was a great scene, or oh my god, that was a great reveal, and what have you. But I feel like there's one scene in particular that never got the praise or the notice that it deserved, and it was always bizarre to me because I'm always like, this scene was so well done. How do more people not talk about it? And it kind of dawned on me the other day that's like, hey, you have a channel, you could talk about it. It's like, hey, thanks brain for the idea. But yeah, so if you've never watched Pretty Little Liars, basically it follows 4 girls, Aria, Hannah, Spencer, and Emily, as they try to figure out what happened to their friend Allie, who mysteriously disappeared one night a year before the show started. And they also have the added bonus of being stalked and harassed by an anonymous figure known as A. By season 5, A's games have moved far beyond simply messing with the girls for some twisted sort of fun into full-blown, straight-up felony crimes like attempted murder.
I'm here! Oh my god. Emily! It's locked. It's locked. Go, get something. Hurry!
The girls are literally fighting for their lives against A, who they now know to be a team of people working together against them. A lot of these instances are well known, such as A trying to burn them to death, driving a car through Emily's house, trapping them in the dollhouse, which, by the way, was a great scene. Let's be real. That was awesome. But so few people seem to mention the moment in the season 5 episode The Bin of Sin where Aria and Spencer are literally nearly frozen to death by A. In this episode, A lures Emily, Aria, and Spencer to an abandoned ice cream factory via a GPS signal from a laptop that the girls believe that they're secretly tracking, but really it's a trap. Shock. And Spencer and Aria follow the sound of Hannah's voice into an enclosed room where they realize that it's playing off of a laptop and it is in fact a trap. Before they can get out, A comes along and locks them in, turning on the liquid nitrogen, which is a freezing agent, and Spencer and Aria are trapped inside as the temperature falls and they quickly begin to experience the effects of hypothermia. Emily, who had been upstairs checking things out, I believe, hears the sirens and tries to come to their rescue, but can't get the door open or turn off the liquid nitrogen, so Emily is basically helpless as she watches her friends beginning to literally freeze to death. Thankfully, she sees the pressure valve and manages to break it at the last second, but seriously, that was a close call. Now, there were a lot of close calls on Pretty Little Liars, so that's not necessarily what makes this scene stand out to me, but the way the scene was set up, shot, acted out, it was actually really, really well done. And I feel like for a show in its 5th season, to manage to make you feel tension like that is an amazing thing. Because let's face it, a lot of shows by their 5th season are kind of like starting to lose the plot a little bit. But yeah, not here. Pretty Little Liars 5th season was incredible. Like, oh my god, I can make a whole video just about that. But for me, this scene in particular was definitely a standout moment. Let's walk it through just from the moment the liquid nitrogen starts pouring in. So the first thing I liked is how they used Spencer essentially being a walking, talking book to let the audience know via exposition that the substance that is pouring in is liquid nitrogen and will cause them to freeze to death, because otherwise that might not have been immediately apparent to the people watching. So it's good that they did that so the audience knows what's going on.
That's liquid nitrogen.
What does that mean?
It means that the temperature's gonna drop below zero, and if we don't get out of here really soon, we're gonna freeze to death.
And then alarms go off that alert Emily, who comes downstairs to see Spencer and Arya trapped inside. And while she may not understand exactly what's happening, she immediately sees that they're in danger and they need to get out. And while this is going on, the scene does a fantastic job of establishing how dire the situation is. They keep cutting the scene back and forth between the needle and the thermostat continuing to drop, Spencer and Arya's desperate but futile attempts to get out.
Emily, please! Emily, make it stop! Totally burn it up! Right now!
But I especially love how much the scene focuses on the situation from Emily's perspective. I mean, I know it's a show, but just imagine being in her place for a moment. You hear sirens go off, you don't know what's going on, so you go downstairs to see what it is, and you see 2 of your best friends trapped inside of a room, and they're clearly in danger, and they're calling for your help. Nothing you do to get them out is working, and you almost get electrocuted yourself. That is actually a lot to be dealing with at one time, and the fact that Emily could even think clearly enough to function is a true testament to how strong her character became. But yeah, watching her panic, listening to her friends' muffled voices cry for her help and become more and more muted as they succumb to the effects of the liquid nitrogen, and then this shot in particular.
Okay, hang on. Sorry, please. Oh my god.
The way Emily looks over her shoulder and sees Arya and Spencer clearly through the glass, that they're too weak to stand, they're extremely pale, and their lips are actually turning blue as the door ices over. Like I said, I know it's just a TV show, but I still feel like this is a very powerful scene. I mean, looking over your shoulder and you see your friends literally on the brink of death and you don't know how to save them. You see the horror come over Emily's face as she realizes she can't help them. And she has no choice but to sit there and watch them die. And then the sheer determination on her face when she sees her last hope to save her friends. Yeah, like I said, I just always thought this scene was really well done and did a great job of making you feel the panic and anxiety for characters that you love, even if you know their plot armor will save them in the end. I love it. I really do. I do wish the scene had had more of a long-lasting impact, though. I mean, they were in 0, if not sub-zero temperatures for at least a couple of minutes. That definitely should have had some sort of impact on their overall health, if only in the form of a persistent cough or something. Recovering from being that cold without any sort of gear shouldn't have been as simple as going home, changing into warm clothes, and having a warm drink. But Yeah, despite that, still love the scene and still love the show. Anyway, this one was kind of a short one, for sure, but I do hope you liked it. I definitely have at least one more Pretty Little Liars video planned for the future, but if anyone would like to see more than that, please let me know. I know my sister, for one, would love to do it. She loves Pretty Little Liars so much. But yeah, have you ever watched Pretty Little Liars? If so, who is your favorite character? Who is your least favorite character? For me, it's a toss-up between Mona and Jenna. I hate them equally. I just can't stand a smug character, you know? Just want to right off their face. Anyway, as always, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye-bye.